There are rumors going on that Gygus was originally created by Akla and meant to be one of the highest ranks in Akla's army, but betrayed by some unknown force. And that allowed Plasmazilla to become the leader of the Zilla Squad, for now. Plasmazilla is unlike any other kaiju I have ever seen. He's capable of outstanding the heat of the sun, something any other life form cannot outstand. That's because Plasmazilla's home planet is a star. However, Plasmazilla's kind wouldn't last for very long. Before Grogudis ever helped the Rampage Squad, he was making his own army, the Destroyers. Their goal was to conquer every world they can find and flood them with their creations. One of them being the Whippers. Similar to Plasmazilla and his species, the Whippers are also capable of outstanding the heat of the sun. Their bite force is so strong, in fact, they can pierce through an atomic Zilla's skin, which are indestructible. So far, they are the only known thing that can break Plasmazilla's hard shell, or as I like to call it, skin. Ever since the Whippers invaded Plasmazilla's home planet, his entire species was annihilated, except for Plasmazilla himself and Solarzilla. Plasmazilla and Solarzilla were the only ones who were able to evacuate their home star, and the other atomic Zillas were left for dead, letting Grogudis conquer his first star. Plasmazilla and Solarzilla were able to escape their home star by using a technique called plasma shock, something young and old atomic Zillas can do. However, Plasmazilla and Solarzilla did not make it in the same planet. Plasmazilla landed in Earth, and Solarzilla landed in Reach, the home planet of Godzilla Grits, the future commander of the Zilla Squad. On Earth, Plasmazilla befriended Kerchak and Dino Defender, where he started the Zilla Squad. Kerchak has been here for 300,000 years, and became an ancient ally to the humans. And Kerchak is still only a kid. Much like a Dino Defender, except he's been an egg ever since the Mesozoic era, and ever since he was born, he has become the most ancient dinosaur of all time, and the fastest at that matter, if not the most fastest out of every kaiju. However, in Venus, there's a whole nother thing going on. The Venomzillas and Iguanazillas were constantly in war to figure out who is the most dominant kaiju in their home planet. However, they had an unsuspected guest, Grogudis, and his new army, the Exoverts. The Exoverts had the capability of annihilating or devouring any life form it comes into contact with. The only Venomzillas that were able to escape that planet in time were Skyzilla and Greenzilla. And there was another survivor, and it was part of the Iguanazilla species. His name was Iguanazilla. They were able to escape Venus using a spacecraft, and Iguanazilla snuck in that spacecraft that was piloted by Skyzilla, the guardian of Greenzilla, that will soon be a traitor to Akla's army. Skyzilla, Greenzilla, and Iguanazilla were one of the latest ones to ever land on Earth. Now on to Reach. Reach was the third planet Grogudis ever conquered. The way how Grogudis makes his army, he takes the DNA of the dominant kaiju in that planet and creates an entirely new creature merged with Grogudis' own DNA. The way how Grogudis travels to different worlds is that he makes a bubble full of oxygen and he lays inside that bubble. And the more Grogudis moves his wings, the more altitude the bubble gets, moving more than 4,000 kilometers per second. This proves that Grogudis is a space kaiju, and while inside that bubble, Grogudis goes into this hibernetic state. Okay, now back to Reach. Godzilla Grits and Solarzilla became the closest friends, until Grogudis and his Haxavert army arrived. Godzilla Grits and Solarzilla had to evacuate Reach as fast as possible, and Solarzilla couldn't use his plasma shock because there's a limit to that. And the reasons why Atomic Zillas have this ability is to migrate to different planets whenever they have the chance. Similar to the Albatran species, so they had to think quick, but it was too late. The Haxiverts were already surrounding Godzilla Grits and Solarzilla, but this helped Solarzilla unlock his new ability, teleportation. Godzilla Grits and Solarzilla were able to teleport to a new planet they can call home, Earth, and they reunited with the now living Zilla Squad. The Zilla Squad was able to recruit Iguanazilla, but things didn't really go well for Greenzilla. They got off on the wrong foot for 4 months, and over a frickin' dead rabbit. But at least they got along, and made their squad bigger and bigger, and recruiting members such as Electrozilla, Dark Dragon, Acloris, Superzilla, etc.